Crystal, who owns a small business, is comparing phone plans with internet access bundled in. Each plan she looks at is quoting her the per-month charges. The first plan she looks at states that the internet access costs $30 plus $12 per phone line. The second plan she examines costs $24 for internet access plus $15 per phone line. Find the equations for the monthly cost in dollars of bundled internet access and phone for each plan. Let n equal the number of phone lines required. Alright, so let's see. For the first plan, we'll call the cost C. And let's see, the cost is given by the internet access costs $30 plus $12 per phone line, and we're letting n equal the number of phone lines required. So then the cost would be $30 for the internet access, and an additional $12 times n, $12 per phone line. And then for the second plan, the cost would be $24 for internet access plus $15 per phone line. And so that would give us 24 plus 15n. Now we're asked to fill in the following tables for Plan 1 and Plan 2. So just as a reminder, the cost for the first line, I'll call that C1, or the cost for the first plan was 30 plus 12n. The cost for the second plan, I'll call that C sub 2, was 24 plus 15n. Alright, so then under the first plan, if we're on Plan 1, if we have 0 phone lines, then we would just be paying for the internet access. If we wanted to show that algebraically, we'd have the cost would be 30 plus 12 times 0, which is 30 plus 0, which is 30. And for one line, the cost would be 30 plus 12 times 1, and so that would be 30 plus 12, which is 42. And continuing on, since we know that this is linear and we know that the slope is 12, we can increase by 12 each time. And so for 2 phone lines, we would have 54. For 3 phone lines, we would have 66. And for 4 phone lines, we would have $78. And then for the second plan, if we had 0 phone lines, our cost would be given by 24 plus 15 times 0. And so that would be 24 plus 0, which is 24. And if we had 1 phone line, our cost would be 24 plus 15 times 1. And so that would be 24 plus 15, which is 39. And again, since we know that the cost equation is linear, we can use the slope and increase by 15 each time. So that would give us $54 for 2 phone lines, $69 for 3 phone lines, and $84 for 4 phone lines. For how many phone lines is the cost the same? Well, looking back on our table, we see that when we have 2 phone lines, the cost is $54 under the first plan, and when we have 2 phone lines, the cost is $54 under the second plan. So using that, we see that under either plan, the cost for 2 phone lines is $54. If Crystal has 4 phone lines, which plan should she use? All right, well, again, let's go back to our table. So let me scroll up to it. So we see our table here, and we see that with 4 phone lines, the cost on the first plan is $78. with 4 phone lines. The cost of the second plan is $84, and so the first plan is better. Alright, so for 4 phone lines, the first plan is less expensive.